So to give a quick synopsis, Tyler Perry dropped Straw, starring Taraji P. Henson, Cheryl Underwood,
Sherry
uh
Shepherd.
Sherry
Sherry
Shepherd.
Shepherd, sorry, Sherry Shepherd,
Tiana Taylor.
I got something to say about her. Tiana Taylor. I like the way they gave my man Sinbad a little but you know what I would, so it's a
Yeah.
lot of black actors and actresses in there that I don't know all their names. I'm not gonna, I like it. It was true Tyler Perry form where he had a lot of the people who's been in the game showing them love. But sure enough, it's about the story of a woman who's single parent, is raising her daughter who is very sickly. She ends up passing and goes through an episode of a mental health episode. I'm gonna say, using that loosely. Say again.
Psychosis.
Psychosis that ends up in a situation where she has to end up going to jail for robbing a bank, this, that, and the third. What's y'all thoughts overall about the movie? What's y'all thoughts overall of the movie? Let's throw it, Asia. I'm gonna just throw it to you first because you know you usually go last, so I'm gonna switch it up and go over to you first.
I'm gonna be so honest and for real. I was mad for a lot of the movie.
Okay.
I didn't fully appreciate the movie until the end, if I can be so honest with you, because
Okay.
for me it was one of those, like, I was like, come on, again, this narrative. Okay, we get it, you know. I think there were parts within the movie though. I was crying. I wasn't just crying at the end, I was crying throughout, because a part of that it was one of those from all angles. It literally from all
Mhm.
angles. I was legit angry for so many different reasons throughout the whole thing, throughout the entire thing. But I think it spoke to so many different things. It spoke to the systems, right? But I think not just the systems against the people, it spoke to the systems against systems, right? I think it spoke to like generations, right? Especially like the a couple scenes in the bank. I think it just spoke to the lack of support, but also it's not like, because, like, for instance, Taraji's mother was technically around, but
Mhm.
there was no communication at all the entire time. And so you would have thought that she literally had no one, but she
Mhm.
did. So it talks about what is that, and we talk about mother wounds, right? A lot of times when we think about, we're like, oh, it's the daddy issues, but that's not always the case. Sometimes there really are those mother wounds. So I think it spoke to a lot of wounded areas within society, within the community, and how that really could happen to anybody. Also,
For sure. For sure. For sure.
yeah.
Mhm.
Princess, what do you think?
Um, I thought that it was a good movie. Um, this gonna sound a
Uh-oh.
little
Say
heartless,
it,
but
boy.
I'm gonna say it. As I've been scrolling on social media, I've been seeing everybody that was saying that they were like crying the entire movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I personally was like, well, damn, can y'all tell me which specific parts you were crying
Princess.
on? And that's not like, it's not that I didn't
Boy,
That girl
feel the
cold.
movie.
she is, boy.
No, it's not that I didn't feel the movie. It's just the amount of people that were saying they were like boo-hooing. Like, I'm talking about like specifically Facebook. Because y'all
Mm-hmm.
know the aunties definitely watched it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was just like, dang, like y'all was crying that hard. Like I could see,
Princess, if I
whatever.
I gotta I gotta interject. I think it's the connection to the moments that she
Yeah.
had and the experiences that she had that maybe touched people in a way. Not so much the movie itself, but maybe the connections to the experiences she was having throughout it.
I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie. I'm low
Mhm.
key with
That
her.
I
Oh, go ahead.
that Keenan. No, that makes sense. But
Yeah.
no, I really think that just watching it, I was just like, man, that is so real. Like it's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people that's out here that are literally living paycheck to paycheck,
Mm-hmm.
or not even paycheck to paycheck, because that paycheck really ain't covering what you
Mm-hmm.
need to survive to the next paycheck. So
Right.
I felt like for him to display that and how like stuff just happens, like one thing after another, it's enough to make anybody snap. Like financial
Mm-hmm.
burdens is enough to make anybody snap in life, let alone having a sick child. So like just to watch that, first of all, Taraji is like a phenomenal actress.
For sure.
I
Yeah.
love Taraji. So just
Yeah.
to watch that and all the different levels, like where Sherry came into play and where Tiana came into play, like it was just beautiful overall. But I will say the end threw me for a loop.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you the only thing that got me. So, Princess, I wholeheartedly agree with everything you said. The only thing that got me was Sinbad saying when they went and looked, I was like, he said it was. When they went and looked, when the detectives went and looked in her stuff outside, she was like, yeah, her daughter was sick, but it was the same day that they were on the way to the bank.
Okay,
That was
I
the
didn't
only.
catch that.
That was, but so some of the message that I caught that I don't think were as big as like the mental health things, like looking. Me and my wife watched it twice. Looking back at it, I think Sinbad represented. I don't remember the character's name. I think he represented like somebody always having it worse than you. Like he was the homeless guy that was outside. Like she always looked out for me, and even though she didn't have it, she always shared with him, and it was like that reminder of like somebody always got it a little worse than what you have. And then the only person that was really pissing me off was my man from a different world, man. Like,
Oh
hey,
yeah,
bro,
the JRTC guy from
yeah,
the
bro.
store manager.
I'm like, bro, like
Oh yeah,
it just
no,
it
yeah.
it just lets you know how much like people are disconnected from what others are going through around them. He was mean as hell, dog. I'm like, hey, bro,
He definitely was.
yeah,
I
He
feel
was
like,
so.
I was getting upset because I was like, here we got another Tyler Perry movie displaying the man as this, you know, antagonist again, right? But will you finish, Kenan? I'm not gonna go.
no,
I'm
no,
not
go
gonna
ahead,
go.
bro. Don't bother me. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Man, I think it's one of his best movies. Might be his best movie because typically he creates so much chaos that when you get to the end, it's not as he doesn't really deliver as strong. And this one he did. Right.
Mm-hmm.
This one I feel like he did better than anything. And I think it was so strategic in how he incorporated all these different experiences that so many people can relate to. I love the fact that she was surrounded by Black women, even in the midst of these events that were, even though they were upset, they were able to empathize with her
Not
right
that
through her.
not that one lady in the bank. She was pissing me off.
But
Oh
but
yeah, she
even
was
but even
definitely
but
pissing
even
me
the old
off.
lady checked her,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And there's something that old lady said that I thought was incredible that plays to your point. She still gave Taraji her character accountability while she was in there, right? And spoke to that thing that you mentioned, right? And I think that resonated with me a lot because when she talked about the year she was born and what they didn't have growing up, and I'm like, dang, that's my grandmother's experience.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Portions of that, I was like, dang, that's my mom's experience. Dang, that's my aunt's experience. So like being, and then with the child being a father, seeing that, I saw like plot holes. I'm like, why is she acting like this is abnormal, a normal behavior, right? Like, why is she act? But then the end put it together. It's like, okay, that's the mental state she was in. Allowed those, she didn't really understand how she was presenting herself or how she was coming off, throughout. So I'm like, man, he really closed the loop. Like typically, I don't feel like he closes the loop on everything, but he really
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And the only negative thing, Taraji is so good. I expected her to be good. I thought Sherry Shepherd was incredible, like incredible, believable as a bank man. That Tiana Taylor, I love Tiana. I'm like, y'all, you for a part like that, I feel like you need to have more. You got to have a little bit more. You got to have someone with a little bit more chops and reverence to be able to deliver in that and on that.
So I agree, Lewis.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with something really. I'm gonna go with a small critique, and I'm not being shallow. For me, they did such a great job of everybody looking like in the moment. Tiana Taylor's makeup and wig never looked like she was going through what Taraji, everybody in the bank looked like the moment, and they kept her like this clean, neat thing. Lewis, I think the connection with using a Tiana Taylor was so that was the other part. Tiana Taylor was talking to her mom. Like when she was on the phone with her, she was referencing how her mom was going through similar things. So I agree with what you're saying, but I guess they needed like that young girl that came up out of a situation with a parent like that, with basically saying like you can go through something like that in childhood and still end up being successful. And you got to remember where you came from, straight Bob. Now I'm not gonna
I'm with
lie,
you, but and the cop can't have earrings. The cop can't have earrings that, you know what I mean? Like just those nuances. You know.
Yeah, man, it was a
Wait,
little.
can I say something real quick about
What's up?
that? And because y'all know I love Tiana down. Y'all know
Mhm,
that's my girl.
mhm,
But I was upset because Princess, one of the times because I'm a crier when I watch TV. So one of the times I was crying was when she was on the phone, right? Like basically telling her story. But then I was
mhm,
getting upset because I was crying because I knew for a fact I was not crying at her acting because I don't think that she did good. I don't think that she can act. It
I
was one of
mean,
those moments I was like,
yeah,
it's the story. And that's when I knew though that it was the writing that
hmm
was so brilliant because it
yep.
still touched my emotions, even with
mhm,
her level of acting it out, right? Or portraying that
Mhm.
character. That's when I knew that it was really good because it
Man,
still touched me. You know what I'm saying?
everyone else was
But she
great
did
though.
that. Oh
oh
yeah,
yeah,
oh
for
yeah.
sure,
Everyone else was great, man.
for sure.
Mhm.
And well, Brittany, you let me throw it to you before I keep going. Go ahead, because everybody's voice has been heard. Go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, y'all pretty much said it all. I was more angry, sad at the end, but more angry than anything. I think it was very triggering for me. Let me say that.
Hmm.
Not only personally, but like being a social worker and actually
Hmm.
experiencing these things with families in real time bothered the hell out of me. Especially when she went to the
Mhm.
school and DCF was like taking the child away, and she's like, "But her medicine, like." It's
Hmm.
just so many things that were going through my mind. Like, why would you do this to this woman? Where's the kid's medicine? Are you listening to her? Look at her. Like, why are we removing the child? It's causing more harm. Like, my social work, child welfare kicked in real fast.
Hmm.
But overall, the movie itself, I think I have to agree with Lewis, is probably one of his best. For me, I do think maybe even if we were talking about Tiana Taylor and her character, I think if she switched with Tessa, that would have been good. Like if Tessa played the police officer, in my opinion, right, and Tiana Taylor played the bank
Yep.
person, I
Hmm.
think it would have been better because Tiana needed a more I don't want to say entry level role, but she
Yep.
needed a more like calmer
Yeah.
role
Yeah.
to take on. But other than that, that movie was bomb to me. I watched it twice too, so I loved
She
it.
gets some points for trying, man. It's just I don't know if I want to say this on live, but man, it's like small stuff. Like Tyler Perry's amazing, man. He does great things. It's like small details he got to stop doing though. Like let
Like
all the
what?
police patches be the same.
Yep.
Like let like
Oh
those
my
small intricate details at this level they matter. I'm not being funny. I'm
They do matter.
like bro, let them all be the same, man. Like we could get the makeup and the small stuff, like and old stuff when it used to maybe a wig here, or like, but like for something that's gonna be in the screen on the camera in front of everybody, them patches got to be the same, dog. That's all I'm saying. Like
I
I
didn't
small
didn't
even
stuff.
notice that.
yeah, I
I
didn't pay
peeped how
attention
big
to
that police was, and it was yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying it to say I'm not trying to and I would say this, and please forgive me, I don't condone violence. I actually think the ending she envisioned probably would have been okay. I'm not being funny. Like I thought, like in that situation,
Oh,
her
realistically,
getting killed.
see,
Yeah,
you
they
trying to
pulled
make
the baby boy on us.
yeah, but the reason why I'm saying it in that situation in reality, it doesn't end with her being walked out. Like I think you know, God,
I said,
Disagree, bro.
no,
Yes.
no, I agree. I said that during the movie, but go ahead, Louis.
yeah,
I disagree. If no one think about it now, watch knowing what you know
Mhm.
about everyone else understood the context that we all found out later. I think they would have given her the grace to come out.
I absolutely don't think that
yeah, I don't either,
she's black in
especially with
America.
that
I don't think
FBI guy.
that yeah. I don't
Okay.
think that for 1 second. I literally said that while I was watching the movie,
Hmm.
and Greg was like, "But Tyler Perry is not gonna let that happen."
Hmm.
He
But I
literally
think
said
he
that.
purposely did that though to show like the other side of the coin, right? Like we're so used to the black person dying. Like we literally held a mirror during this movie and kind of what some people like looked at the reflection of themselves going through these experiences, whether it's with a white cop, whether it was your child, whether losing a job, whatever it was. And then we get to the end and we're like, damn, here goes the narrative again. Like sis had all this stuff going on. She's about to die, but I think he purposely put both parts in the movie to show like this is how it always ends, but this is not how it's going to end this time. We're actually going to show a Black woman making it out, getting through this. I mean, she has to go through the system to kind of play into that narrative of what we always expect.
Yeah, I think, and I'm gonna be real. Until Lewis just said it, it didn't hit me that everybody else knew but her. It didn't hit me. I didn't. I guess until he just said it, and I realized the lady was like, "I know." So like, she was playing along the whole time. Yeah, it didn't hit me till just now. I just think, and look, now I'm just talking about movies. I'm not getting into like Black movie makers and all that. Like, I think that ending would have been okay for a movie. Like, I think it would. I'm not saying I wish that on them, but I'm like, it would have been okay. It would have been all right if that's the way the movie ended. I'm not saying that. Now, the last thing I will say is that I think that Taraji P. Henson has like, this is gonna sound so crazy. I think she just need to stay in that bag and keep getting paid and keep making great movies with him. Like, I don't think you need to continue to try to, sometimes people don't stay in the space that they celebrated and just keep making greatness. They keep trying to get in other spaces. And I think with the way she's been trending with him specifically, in the way it's almost like Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan. Like, why get off the bag? Like, just keep making these great movies about different things and keep eating off of it because they're good. And you keep giving these younger actresses, makeup artists, film directors, and everything chances under you all's tutelage. And it's like, hey, just stay here. Now, the frequency may go down. Say again, Princess.
I said, and you're gonna get paid.
For sure. The frequency may go down because they'll keep making them together, but Taraji, stay in that bag.
Ain't that what she doing though? Because she had Acrimony. She had I Could Do All Bad by Myself. This one. Didn't he produce the one with Idris too? Wasn't he produce on that one?
With the daughters, daddy's little girls? Was
no,
she
yeah.
The other one when she was with Idris Elba when he was the bad guy.
He was the bad guy.
I don't know.
Yeah, remember he broke out of jail. He was a serial killer.
And that was
Good Deeds. No Good Deeds. Was it raining?
No,
remember he threw the water on her? They took a shower. Remember he made her get in the shower? Man, y'all don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that's not Michael either.
No, man, it was Idris.
Oh yeah, nah.
He was with the white girl.
He threw the water on Taraji?
Yeah, man. He broke into the house looking for her husband. She was there with her daughter. Y'all seen it. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I'm not saying you lying, bro. I don't remember, bro.
It is No Good Deed.
Where it was raining
outside. Yeah.
Okay.
It is
okay. I think Tyler was a producer on that one too.
But like, so you know how like this is gonna sound bad, but you know how she did the astronaut movie? I'm not saying she shouldn't have.
Man, I don't remember that.
Astronaut.
Hidden Figures?
That was an amazing. That was
Hidden Figures, yeah. Oh, yeah. She wasn't an astronaut. She was a scientist.
I know, my fault. She was. My bad. But my thing, my bad, bro. But
like she was at Taraji in space.
I'm sorry. Hey, so I'm not saying she shouldn't do those type of movies. I think with her experience and where she at, keep getting paid right here, dog. Stay where you celebrate it right now. You're not up and coming no more. Keep getting that bag, man. Keep getting that bag.
But you know, there's also a group of people who would say the opposite because of how they feel about Tyler Perry and what people deem as the quality of films that he produces and the same narrative. So I feel you on what you're saying, but there's also a group of people who would say absolutely not. Do not continue to do Tyler Perry films.
See, so I'm gonna jump in this real quick, and I know we got to move on. So I don't know if y'all saw. I don't know if this is true, but did y'all see where Fox wants to pick up Sinners, the sequel? And Ryan Coogler was like, I don't want to do a sequel. I want us to keep it there. So Princess, the other side of that bag is like, if you go bigger, you also don't control your art past what you make. So like how Tyler Perry, you stay in house. Yeah, people gonna say what they want, but like, can we really name like, oh, this movie is horrible, I'm never gonna see it again, I hated it in the past 5 years? Like, I feel like his last 5 years has been pretty solid since he's created his studio, I'll say. Like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. That was that last movie with a divorce, whatever. That was crazy.
Divorce in the Black.
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
That wasn't bad.
What?
That
it was entertaining, but it wasn't a good movie.
That was bad.
Yeah,
it was entertaining, but it wasn't a good movie.
It was not a good movie.
I think
it went top 5 on Netflix. Or I mean Amazon Prime.
It was good. I mean, what's that one with the painting that boy he was naked in? I didn't want to see all that.
See.
Yeah.
What was that one?
Mia Cooper, whatever that shit was.
Was that not good either?
That one was good. I just could have did without the other stuff.
Bro, if Amazon bought it, I don't care if it's good or not.
That one was good. But that Divorce in Black, y'all, that wasn't a good movie.
But Amazon bought that though. So I don't care if it's good or not.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing with Tyler Perry. I don't really care what people say about Tyler Perry. I'm gonna support him.
Same.
And it's so much to be said that a black man is doing what he's doing. Whether you agree with the writing, he needs to get more writers, whatever. Maybe he's saving on paying writers because he's paying our black actresses and actors. You know what I'm saying? Either way, I feel like we are winning. From Tyler Perry in the position that he's in. I hate that it's so many of us that talk down on him and what he has going on and what he's creating, because he really is doing great things for a lot of amazing people who are not getting their just due.
For sure. I agree. For sure. And I'm gonna be quiet after this. I went on Cheryl Shepard, right?
Cheryl Shepard.
Cheryl Shepard.
Yeah.
Right? Sherry Shepard, the lady that was in the bank, man. Hey, look, so she went on the Breakfast Club today and she talked about the money, but she was like, she negotiates her trailer and she was talking about how Tyler Perry takes care of his people. So like she said she always negotiates, let me get the trailer up under what the star gets. And she was like, she walked in her trailer for that move. First, she said people usually take up a lot of your time, 6 weeks. He only needed 5 days. And then she said when she negotiated her trailer, and she said, let me get the one up under what the star gets. And she explained how, like, when she walked in it, full kitchen, bedrooms, a library, a desk. So, like, outside of the money, he actually takes care of you while you're there, too. It's not like I'm giving you this bread and you fend for yourself. And that's a lot of things, like, he's not even doing publicly for other people to share. He's just making sure he take care of who's a part of what he's doing. So, I think that's to your point. That means a lot, too, for not only to be paying people, but to be taking care of them at a high rate too. Now you're only there for 5 days. Now he gets you in, he gets you out.
Well, he took care. He take care of everybody. What he did for Cicely Tyson, you know what I'm saying? Like, go back and read that. Exactly. Like, it's what he did for all of our black Ruby D. Like, what he did for all of our legends. When he went back and got them paid, right? Bow Wow even talks about that same thing that you're talking about, Keenan, about acting and all the stuff that he did for them. So, to Princess's point, it's beyond whether I like the movie or not. I'm going to support that, brother. The only thing I would wish you would do is make a movie first. I'm just waiting on our movie. You know what I mean?
Is that movie you don't like, Mia Cooper?
And can I just say one more thing?
That wasn't for me.
The 688 was a phenomenal movie as well.
Damn, that was good. Yes.
It was so good.
Yes.
I don't know if we talked about that or not, but like the 688 was amazing. And I think that was so beautiful that he recognized those women. But Kerry Washington did a hell of a job in that movie as well.
Oh yeah,
that one was good too.
Crazy.
That's true. Yeah,
you're right. He been on fire.
Feel like that is honestly to me one of Tyler Perry's best movies, from like the acting to the script to production.
Hey, Princess, was that in the last 5 years?
It was like his last movie. Yeah, maybe like his last movie before this one, right?
But Pete, I think this is more. That was more of a. That's based on a true story, right? So you could. It's not as much scripting, as it would be something he's creating out of his own.
True.
That's more Kerry Washington than it is the writing, but she killed it.
Yeah,
she killed it. It was an amazing movie. Nevertheless, it was an amazing movie.
No, he on the roll. He
is. A salute to Tyler Perry, man. We here. If you ever want to come through, man, we could dream.
Not after you critique his badges.
Hey, you agree with me? That's why we ain't got no movie.
Yeah, he got it. Yeah,
you, man.
I'm gonna be in the bank with some earrings on. Just hire me as a bank man.